got your hot read. 2 picks. What's the first pick you thinking about?
Yeah, hot read. 15-7-1 on the season now. We got 2-0 this week, 68% hit rate. Back to the start of last year, 38-16-2, 70% on the hit rate. So, if you haven't played it yet, Seattle minus 1.5 at the Jets, still out there. Love that. If you haven't played it yet, Lions minus 10.5. We grabbed minus 10. We grabbed Seattle plus 1.
Still out there.
Those lines haven't moved enough. They're going to keep moving up, I think. So grab those if you haven't. I'm going to play Colts minus 1.5 at the Patriots. I think that this game is being overlooked as just kind of 2 bad teams, when the reality is it's one really bad team and one just kind of like, team. That's kind of what I think. Patriots, 31-0 today until garbage time. They got 15 points late, made it look not quite as bad. Last week, played Miami, 28-13 until they got 9 points in garbage time to make it look not quite as bad. It's a bad team not playing well. The Colts have lost 6 times. 5 of those losses were to the Texans twice, Packers, Vikings, Bills. That's fine. Those are fine teams to lose to. 4 of those 5 losses were by 1 score. They're hanging around. Now they're also winning by 1 score. There's playing a lot of 1-score games. They're 4-1 against sub-500 teams. Shane Steichen, 7-2 ATS in his career as a favorite, which they obviously are here, and I think we'll get to be more of one. I'm not so worried about the Colts after today. The Lions are just a wagon. Like, that's just going to happen to you. You're going to get hit by the truck sometimes. Last 6 games before today on the stats, Colts' pass defense has actually been pretty good. Their run defense has been a weak spot. Okay, so how about the Patriots? The only thing they've done well is pass the ball. That's going to be negated by the better pass defense here. They are dead last running the ball, so they cannot hurt this bad run defense. They're also dead last pass defense, so Richardson maybe hits a couple of those big passes. And their bottom 5 running defense. That's the real problem, because the Colts are going to run on them, and I think that they will do fine. By DVOA entering the day, run, pass, offense, defense, the Colts ranked anywhere from 14th to 19th. They're just average. They're fine. The Patriots in those metrics, 26th to 31st. They're bad. Fine and bad are not the same thing. Colts are still hanging around. I mentioned the Texans earlier. I think they probably can't quite catch them. 5-7 for the Colts. They got this game. They go at Denver, really big game that they need to have. Tennessee, Giants, Jacksonville to end the season. A little bonus hot read here. At over 8.5 on the win total is plus 176. They need to get 4 wins out of that group. If you like them here and think they have a shot against Denver, this team can still make a push. You never know when Anthony Richardson turns the page a little bit. I don't think they're dead yet. Maybe that's just me trying desperately to find not Texans somewhere in the division, but I certainly will take them here. Colts minus 1.5.
All right, first hot read, fine is not bad is the title there. Second hot read, what do you got?
Second hot read, 7 is too much is the title here. Give me the 49ers plus 7 at the Bills. It's the Sunday night game. It is a big one. I think this line is a huge overreaction to that Niners game from today. Again, we said this before. You're missing Brock Purdy, Nick Bosa, Trent Williams. I think they're 3 most important players by like a wide margin, all of whom probably should be back. Trent Williams was expected to play. It was a late miss. Brock Purdy was expected to play. He was a late miss. Bosa, we'll see. But I think there's a decent chance they play because you got to have it. The Niners are 5-6. They have to win this game. You mentioned their schedule. You get the Bills. You win that game. Then it's Bears, Rams. Those are not easy, but compared to the rest of the schedule, they're easy for the Niners. Like, that's their best shot. You get those games, you're 8-6. Maybe Washington lost another game. Maybe the division's still there. You got a chance if you get those games. They get those guys back. Purdy, Bosa, Williams, maybe Travarius Ward, their top defensive cornerback. I like, too, the run fits here, especially with Trent Williams back and now CMC looking a little better and better each week. San Francisco's run defense, not great. Probably their weakest spot of the team. They tend to be a middle funnel. They're above average there. The Bills want to run power. They want to run up the middle. So I think San Fran matches up pretty well. On the flip side, the Bills are more of an outside funnel. They want to push you to run outside. That's not good against the Niners. This is the number 1 running outside team in the NFL if Trent Williams is out there. So again, I sure hope I'm getting some of these guys back. Obviously, that's the bet here. The Niners, before today, were the number 2 offense on the road. That's guaranteed to drop after that disaster for today. but I like that for them. They're the number 3 defense in the first half. Bills are below league average there. So I think it sets up to have a returning, healthier team, desperate, playing for their season, get off to the on the right foot starting out, and a few trends for you here. The Bills have scored at least 25 5 straight games. Since 2009, teams in that spot are 41% ATS in their next game. Home favorites of 6 or 6.5, which we're not there yet, but I'm expecting this line to come down. That's why we're playing the hot read. Those teams, the home favorites, only 43% ATS, 3-11 this year has not been a good number for them. And again, we're not here yet on this trend, but I think it gets there. Shanahan, when he's an underdog of under 6 points, where I think this may get to if some of these guys get healthy, 19-7 ATS, 73% covering by almost a full touchdown. I think we're going to get some of these guys back, and that if the injury news looks good, this gets back down to 4, maybe even toward 3 possibly. I think you just got to play a team with this much talent. This big of a line swing. This was -3 a couple days ago. I tweeted out, you can't move the line 4 points. Some of these guys are going to play. The Niners are playing for their season. +7 on the Niners. And give me the money line too. +260. I think they can get the job done and keep the season alive.
This is purely an injury play. I mean, the look-ahead line here was, and when I say look-ahead, I mean look ahead.
Yeah.
It was San Francisco -2. So if you think San Francisco is who they should have been in the start, then yeah, 7 is just way too much. All right, look ahead 1, hot read 2, hot read 1. Fantastic job. Thank you everybody for listening to the Action Network podcast. This has been the recap episode. Now, this is Thanksgiving week, so we're going to have everything available by Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, from Best Bets pods to Stuckey to Raybon and Kerner. Everyone's going to have everything live for the Thanksgiving slate Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, so look for all the coverage there. And you'll see Brandon and I for Best Bets that night as well. And thank you for listening, and that's a wrap on Week 12.